Hi Cancer, welcome to your second bonus reading, I believe, for February 2026. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please don't ever try to force a reading you see on the internet to fit your personal life situations. If it's not resonating, it's probably a message for another Cancer out there. Take what resonates, leaves the rest behind. This is a 2-for-1 special. Also, Cancers, you get a love reading and a general message. And this is my way of saying thank you, because you are one of the top 3 zodiac signs that engage the most with my YouTube content this month. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This is my way of giving back for all the love and support that you guys have shown me this month. With all that said, I'm going to jump into your love reading and see what you guys need to know. Spiritual team, love oracles, what messages do you have for the Cancer collective regarding their love lives at this time? What messages do you have for the Cancer collective regarding their love lives, regarding their person at this time? What do the Cancers need to know? Interesting. You guys got Mahatma Gandhi. It says, where you find life, there is love. Happiness is when you are in harmony with your soul. Forgiveness is a sign of strength. It is the weak who cannot forgive. Ooh, okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have Lord Byron. Interesting. I think he was was he an author? I think he was. Okay. Be mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Ooh. Love will find a way through paths where wolves fear to prey. Interesting. Friendship is love without his wings. Interesting. Very, two very different energies here, right? So we have this peaceful, very kind, very open, and then we have Lord Byron, which is very intense and a little dark. Okay, a little savage, a little vicious. I kind of like this. It feels like it gives me a little bit of both sides of Cancer, because I know you guys can be vicious when you need to be. You're very sweet people, but I also know there's another side to Cancers that are very protective, very fierce. So this could represent you and your person. So this could be 2 different people, these energies. One of you could be a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more reserved, a little bit more open, and the other could be very fierce and vicious. Well, not necessarily vicious, but very fierce when it comes to their person, when it comes to this love, when it comes to this relationship. Very interesting. Let's get into the tarot and see what else comes up. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot, what messages do you have for the Cancer collective regarding their love lives, regarding their person? What messages do you have for the Cancer collective regarding their love lives, regarding their person at this time? What do we have going on here? All right, at the top of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords, Ace of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Cosmic Coven in reverse, and Judgment. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Moon in reverse, 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Tower in reverse. Very, very interesting. Okay, what do we have going on? Yeah, on the one hand, we do have this very peaceful, gentle, relaxed energy. It almost feels like rest. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have this very dynamic, energetic, fast-moving, quick kind of energy. It definitely feels like 2 very distinct energies. The bottom of the deck is very tumultuous. It feels secretive. It feels emotional. It feels turbulent even. But I also get the feeling someone who's maybe more used to the toxic, the wild, the turbulent type of relationships is starting to learn how to build more stable relationships in their lives. So this could be your person, this could be you, take what resonates. But I get the feeling this person could be kind of a hot mess emotionally right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. They could be wrestling with a lot of things from their past. They could be wrestling with a lot of things that they are unhappy with in their lives, used to be unhappy with in their lives, in relationships, in this relationship, whatever. It just feels like this person is kind of all over the place. Not to say that they're not committed to the relationship. It just feels very turbulent with them. Honestly, it feels like hot and cold, like you never know what is going to come out of this person. A little bit, just a little bit. The top of the deck, the top of the deck is a lot different. The top of the deck, this person feels very like, this person has no worries. I don't want to say that per se, but it feels like this person is like, yeah, I'm good. I'm chill. Like, I'm investing in this relationship. I feel good about this relationship. I feel solid about this relationship. Maybe pouring a lot into this relationship and not as much myself per se. But other than that, like, I don't feel like this relationship, I have to worry about it as much. I don't feel like I have to worry about this quite as much. This person feels very clear-headed. This person sees, I think this person may even see the potential in this other person that isn't used to maybe something quite as relaxed and gentle and easy even. So it's very interesting. I think the person that feels more gentle, feels more relaxed, is definitely a source of like a North Star for the person who's used to more turbulent relationships. I'm not saying this is going to be an easy relationship, especially for the person who is like very mellow. You may go through a lot. You may go through a lot with this person, but I also see that this patience will pay off in the long run. At least that's what I'm feeling, is that as this person unpacks all of the baggage and shit they've been holding on to, whatever, like the easier, the more gentle this relationship will feel with them. Okay, so if that resonates for you, leave a message, leave a like, let me know. Okay, this is very interesting to me. I'm actually like, I'm not, sometimes when readings like this pop up, I'm like, whoa, careful, like be careful. But I feel like this is actually a pretty solid relationship. It's just gonna take time for somebody to like unpack all of the stuff that they've experienced in their life, and then, you know, finally come to that place of like, okay, peace. I'm at peace. We are at peace. Everything is good, kind of a thing. All right, Cancers, that's what I'm seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and reshuffle my decks, clear my table, and I'll see you at your general reading. All right, Cancers, let's get into your general reading and see what comes up for you guys. Spiritual team, Legendary Ladies Goddess deck, what messages do you have for the Cancer collective at this time? Whoa, okay, too many, hold on, pause. Let's try that again. A bunch of cards flipped out of the deck, and that's way too many. I'm only taking 2. All right. Spiritual team, Legendary Ladies Goddess deck, what messages do you have for the Cancer collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Cancer collective at this time? Okay, first up we have Ran. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but her word says focus, and at the bottom of the deck we have Kuan Yin, and her word is compassion. I'm going to read from the guidebook on these because I don't have all of these memorized. I have a million decks. I don't have everything memorized, okay? Any reader that says they do, I'd be a little leery of, okay? So we have Ran. Norse goddess, you will easily attract what you want, so be careful what you wish for. Goddess of the sea, Ran, gives you the ability to focus easily, and that will help you become more magnetic. I love that. Okay, eyes on the prize. What about Kuan Yin? What does this lovely lady have to say? Where is she? There we go. Okay. All right. Chinese goddess of mercy and kindness, Kuan Yin, is a favorite for altars because she brings pure compassion into your life. When she appears, she shows you mercy and gives you the love and support that you're seeking. Follow her example and be more loving with yourself. I love that. This is a warning because I feel like you guys are going to be pretty magnetic for the next few months in terms of like attracting opportunities, all of that, especially with Jupiter still being in your sign until around the summertime. There's a lot of opportunity to expand your world or any dreams or goals that you guys are pursuing at this time. So this is really, really important for you to keep a clear head and to be careful about how you speak about your circumstances, speak about yourself, and not only speak, but how you see yourself. It all starts here in the mind, okay? About how we feel about ourselves also impacts our self-worth, how we interact with other people, even how other people perceive us, right? So it's really important to make sure that you are, you know, eliminating any limiting beliefs about yourself. Okay, changing the narrative, any narrative that you have about yourself, you want to make sure that that is as positive as possible, and make sure that you're being very, very kind to yourself, very generous to yourself, okay, at this time. Let's get into the tarot and see what messages come up for you guys. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot, what messages do you have for the Cancer Collective at this time? What messages do you have, messages do you have for the Cancer Collective at this time? Another card jump out of the deck. Okay, so from the top of the deck, we have the Two of Swords that jumped out. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the World. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. And we have the Seven of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and I feel like this came up for you guys in your mid-month check-in or your monthly reading. I can't remember, but I feel like some Cancers really don't have you guys don't have positive self-talk. You see yourselves as the loser, and that's coming up again here. So you guys need to start looking at yourselves as the winner. Okay, circumstances may not reflect that right now, okay, but what you put out into the world comes back to you. It's a boomerang. It's the law of attraction. And honestly, I feel like people can feel that from you or from us as people. Like if you're not confident in yourself or if you don't have good self-worth or self-esteem, people can feel that from you, whether that's how you speak, if you're more timid, if you're not as confident, if you're not as assertive, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't present yourself well or confidently, people can smell that, okay? It is an instinctive thing that we have as humans that is really, really unique, and actually not that unique because that exists in the animal world, right? That's how we get dominant, you know, animals in certain packs. You have alphas or whatever you want to call it. I don't even think that's really a thing. I think that's related to chickens. But like, you know, when you have like animals that fight over dominance in a pack or dominance for mating rights or things like that, that definitely shows up. That confidence, that ability really starts in here, and it's very intuitive. People can sense that from you. So it's really important to keep that sense of confidence and speak that life into yourself every day, every single day. If I could give you one piece of advice from this reading, do affirmations with yourself from now until summertime, and then just see how your confidence changes. See how your life changes in general, okay? Between now and summertime, I want my Cancers to try that out, all right? But I definitely feel like you guys are going through a period of not just uncertainty, but it just feels like there is this potentially like even direct opposition to you right now. We have the World card, we have the Page of Wands in reverse, and we have the Seven of Wands. It almost feels like you guys can't even... It's like you guys are so busy fending off the wolves that you can't even really fully attend to your garden. Like, you're so busy like keeping bill collectors, or I don't know, like trolls online. Like, you can't even fully invest in your passions. You can't even fully invest in the joy of what it is that you do every day, because you're just so worried about other things that are constantly fighting for your attention, or fighting for I mean, even like just blatantly coming from your downfall. So you guys could be in direct competition with people all the time. Maybe you guys are in a super competitive industry. And it just feels like you're constantly battling between, okay, am I gonna pour into my craft today? Or am I gonna have to do, you know, I don't know, like risk management, or what's the word I'm looking for? Crisis management. Okay, it just feels like you guys are staying still. You guys are stuck almost at one particular place. For those of you where you are potentially like in a management position where you manage people, like your team could be directly impacting your success as a team, or impacting your success as a company. No one's on the same page. Everybody's fighting with each other. People have egos. Like, it can be really, really stressful time. But what I also see is like this even war within yourself. Some of you are literally battling your own mind, because on the one hand, you want the success, you want to level up, you want to move on to the next phase of this journey, of this goal, pursuit, whatever. And it feels like you guys are stuck at one place or you can't get past this one phase, because you're constantly at war with yourself. You're constantly at war with your confidence. You're constantly at war with your energy levels. You're constantly at war with depression, or, you know, trying to keep up with trends, or trying to keep up with everybody else around you, and see if, you know, you should be doing what they're doing, so on and so forth. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, while you're holding on as best as you can, we need to get you past holding on, and we need to get you into a space where you're actually thriving, and you guys are coming to this goal, to this pursuit, whatever it is, with energy and excitement and innovation. Because I think what's really lacking for you guys is a little bit of innovation and passion. You guys have kind of lost the spark for what it is that you do. Okay, so there could be a little bit of that going on that you're battling, as well as like loss of interest in what it is that you guys have been doing. So I think Spirit is saying, like, you guys are highly focused. You guys may need to get highly focused even, and really pour it into managing the little things that feel like bumps in the road, or you know, pebbles in your shoe, those things that you just can't seem to let go of, and climb out of. Some of you guys are in a hole. Some of you guys are trying to climb out of like a depression hole. Some of you guys are trying to climb out of this idea that, you know, you need other people in order to succeed, or you need support, or you need validation, things like that. Okay, so listen, easier said than done, but Spirit is essentially trying to push you past this. For some of you, yes, it is a little bit of like self-sabotage and limiting beliefs, but they're also trying to push you past that and into like an actual flourishing stage. Okay, so definitely keep your eyes, ears, and open. Your eyes, ears, and third eye open as best you can. Be intuitive, really stay focused. As best as you can, look for the opportunities. Don't just expect them to come to you either. Okay, that's here with that Three of Wands. And take every opportunity you possibly can to work on the internal spaces that are at war with themselves right now within you. All right, let's go ahead and close your reading with one final deck. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Cancer Collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Cancer Collective at this time? All right, we had one card that jumped out of the deck. It says Carnelian, feed your creativity. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys have lost the plot in terms of like your passion, your creativity. It just feels like you need to really dive back into that a little bit more, show your unique perspective or take on whatever it is that you do. What else? Hematite, ground yourself. Yeah, a lot of you guys are lost in the anxiety or the things that are like pulling and vying for your attention constantly. Okay, so you guys need to really like ground yourselves so that way you're not constantly like getting distracted or jumping to respond or react to things that are being thrown your way. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Apophyllite, stay positive, and that really does come down to, again, the war within yourself and making sure that you are staying positive about, you know, your abilities, what it is that you're doing, but also removing that negative self-talk, self-doubt, lack of confidence, whatever it is. All right, Cancers, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And maybe share this with another Cancer if you feel like they need to hear this message as well. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. You can find my handles below in the description box. And you can also send me a DM there on those two platforms if you want to schedule a personal reading with me, at least until my website is up and running. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.